it is the space between you! Fight not for yourselves! Fight for that space! Fill that space! Make it tissue! Make it mass! Make it impenetrable! Make it yours!
Under my rallying call, the soldiers stood ready in battle formation and began advancing forward. Yet what we faced was a vast host of enemy cavalry. Infantry against cavalry was already a fight with slim odds of victory, so I had prepared archers in advance.
Archers! Archers! Go! Draw! Loose!
A sudden shower of arrows caught the enemy off guard. Even clad in heavy armor, there were still gaps where the arrows could pierce through. Seeing this, the enemy charged forward. Faced with the charge of heavy cavalry, there was no better countermeasure. We could only choose to hold them back with our flesh and blood. Such was the cruelty of war. When two armies clashed, it was always a fight to the death. And for victory, the soldiers had no choice but to make sacrifices. This was my helplessness as a prince, and an inevitable scar in the general's heart. The soldiers successfully held off the cavalry with their bodies, but the fighting ahead would be even more brutal. Even when the cavalry were pulled from their horses, they still maintained high fighting spirit. The soldiers became entangled in melee combat. Mud and the stench of death filled the air, and it was even impossible to tell friend from foe. This couldn't go on, and the enemy had already sent in more cavalry. I had to take the field myself at this moment, and this battle would be the final one. As the enemy cavalry advanced, my tactics remained unchanged. The soldiers offered their final prayers. Everyone wanted to survive the battlefield. It was human nature, including me. But as soldiers, dying in battle was the best end. The enemy cavalry began their charge.
On me!
I led the soldiers in a charge together. As I stepped onto the battlefield, a host of soldiers followed closely behind. To boost morale, I exerted all my strength to slay the enemy, but the battlefield was in utter chaos. Mud mixed with blood stretched everywhere. To reduce unnecessary casualties, the enemy general and I planned to decide victory through a duel to the death. I had to proceed with extreme caution. Yet this sight caught me completely off guard. I even thought he was deliberately misleading me, seeking an opportunity to launch a surprise attack. But seeing he did not seem to be acting, I knew the duel was no longer necessary, and this war was finally coming to an end.